It's a beautiful day, so I decided that it's nice to come out for a walk. It's a gorgeous spring day here in Albany, and I thought maybe I should do a little video on Bluff Rock, which is quite close to my neighborhood. So I'm just out for a walk. It's kind of like late afternoon, and thought I'd show you what this place is all about if you ever come down to Albany to have a visit. It's a great place with fantastic views over town. The Aboriginal name here says Kaya Wanju Nidja Minang Budja. There you go. We got some nice picnic benches here if you ever want to come and just sort of sit around. And this it's a series of granite outcrops. There's quite a few. Walking this way doesn't actually take you to the top of Bluff Rock, but it gives you a kind of an idea and a perspective of what's up there. Gives you an idea of what's here. So there's the main rocks just ahead up there, which we'll have a walk to. So yeah, always beware of wildlife in the area. If you walk down here, this is Tassel Street, and it's one of the entrances to get onto the rock properly. Plenty of beautiful trees here, so there's kind of a little bit of woodland around the actual rock. Some amazing old trees. That's one way of getting up to the rock, but I don't think it still takes you to the full top. It's actually this way, which takes you up there. One of the ways. There's actually a pathway on the back, or several pathways you can take to access the top. This one is actually quite steep, so as long as the ground's reasonably dry, it's easy to walk up. So as you can see, it's pretty steep. It's not quite wave rock standard, but I guess it's the nearest Albany's got to a wave rock. So I'll just have a gentle walk. Walk diagonally is pretty good. We've got this lonely bush here growing out in the crack. Like a gorge down there. And there's a bit of a view happening, although it's very glary at the moment, so the sun's getting pretty low. So this is sort of about halfway up. It's quite a nice view already. Very glary at the moment. Lots of birds going home to roost. But the views become spectacular. It's a shame I didn't come here in the morning actually, because it's a bit glary over Albany. It's very hazy. The sun's going down, so we're almost at the top. And out there over towards the east you've got Oyster Harbour and Emu Point. So it's kind of like a series of granite outcrops. I've been here a very long time. Has it got any connection with Bluff Knoll, with the name being very similar? I don't know. Perhaps if you're watching, please let me know in the comments if the name Bluff has any significance to Bluff Knoll, which is out there in the Stirling Ranges. Look at that, that's beautiful. It's a very interesting rock formation right in the middle of suburbia. So out there you've got, in the distance you've got the King George Sound, Emu Point, and then the districts of Bayonet Head and Lower King. It's not a hard climb to get up here, it's just you just got to watch where you're walking. Still got some rock pools here from recent heavy rains. Some rock pools. I always like to do this and pretend that this is a big lake. So that's Albany town over there to the right, and then we've got Mount Clarence on this side of the rock. I think we should take the drone up because that sun is going down. What do you think? We get some nice shots perhaps with the drone. There's a silhouette. So yeah, I am filming on GoPro again. This is the GoPro 11. It'd be nice if GoPro allowed some kind of telephoto function or a lens. If they manufactured a lens that could, you know, clip on and it gave you something like a 10 times telephoto in full resolution for photos and video, would be marvelous. I'm surprised they haven't done this yet for people who do more of cinematography like this. Anyway, so it is it's a large rock. It's not massive, but it's beautiful. And anyway, I think it's time to take the drone up and see what it's like from above. Okay, so we've done some video of from the drone. So the sun's gone really down now. So this is a little 360 of the mount. So that's Bluff Rock. Well worth a visit. There's quite a few ways to get around Bluff Rock. So this is the back way, which is along Collingwood Road. Another picnic bench there, and there's been a lot of new landscaping being put on. Yeah, so you basically just kind of walk in this area where you're kind of at the back of all these, you know, I don't know what you call it, a family of rocks. There's another kind of ramp there that goes up to another one. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you some of the other access points and also the forested area. So you basically come along here, you can cut through from the road, and then you just kind of walk up this way along the grass path, and there's several little access points around the rock. So we'll just walk up here to show how to get to the main part, the highest peak. It is quite an interesting place. So I don't know if you can see in the video, there's a lot of shadow at the moment. So I'm just going through here. The sun is getting quite low. And lots of places you can just climb up. And certainly up there is the main, or one of the main ways of getting onto the rock. But still, there's some nice walks here. It's a small bushland area basically, but the way I normally go is actually up there. So that's where I came off, and down here is just a pathway that takes you through a little bit of bush and brings you out down on one of the roads at the back. So this is kind of the main rock really here, and this is where I got off. I also get on here too, I don't always go on the other side. And so when you've finished and you come off the rock, you can just have a nice sort of walk down here. It's beautiful little nature trail which brings you down, sort of down the hill anyway, into suburbia. And lots of flowers are out, and obviously here there's a bench that you can have a rest and just enjoy the view. Very old tree there with a twisted trunk. So you just got to watch some of the places you walk down to, like down here. Some of the rocks are a bit temperamental, they just stick out, so you just got to be careful where you tread, because you don't want to trip. You can probably do some damage down here if you're not careful. So this is where I've just come from. Lots more flowers are out, and you just keep going down and down until you start to see the forested area. And it's beautiful walking in that forest as the sun is coming down slowly. Okay, so we're getting into the forested area now, and there's a lot more visibility. Well, the sun is hidden behind the trees. So this is the pathway I come down. As you can see, it's pretty vegetation, and there's some more Hardenbergia flowers here. We're kind of down at the bottom. I was talking about that. There's no kangaroos here. So this trail, there's a few trails around, and this trail leads you back up to Tassel Street, all that way where that person is now. So I'll just show you what's down here. So there's a trail that goes out to the road there. Okay. And then there's another trail that goes up to someone's backyard, where the chain is in the distance. And down this way, which is the prettiest way, is the road that takes you more down the hill towards the top of North Road, and where it joins with Tassel Street. So that's Tassel Street up there. This is North Road, but the back way. So down there it takes you out a road called Bathurst Street. So let's head down the hill. There's still plenty of light. The sun is getting low. It's not a big area, this bushland around Bluff Rock, but it's still very nice. And Bluff Rock also is known locally as Kangas Rock. Not sure where the name that comes from. I believe it's some local Aussie rules team. I'm not too sure. It's not my sport, but I'm not sure why it's been called that either. But this is pretty, isn't it? Pretty light. It's a good time to come out. So there's actually two ways of getting down to Bathurst Street. There's the one I've just shown you, and there's actually another section down here that comes out even lower down, and it kind of just goes around the back of some people's houses. But still, it's a nice walk, and it's nice and cool at the moment because it's been about 28 degrees here today for spring, which is quite warm. So it's about 5 degrees cooler in here in the shaded area, and as you can see all around us there's some immense trees. Uh-oh, I've startled the dogs. Isn't that beautiful? Very old. So we're now kind of like on the edge of suburbia now of Albany, and the pathway makes a turn to the right and goes back uphill. It actually joins on, believe it or not, with the path I showed you before. It takes you to Tassel Street. So it's kind of a loop really. I just wanted to really show this. It's a glorious day. Magnificent trees. Not very tall, about 6-7 meters, that's all. So a bit of a crossroads here. Straight on Tassel Street, a long way around. If we go down there, it takes us back to where we started when I came down the hill. And this is where we've just come. So which way shall we go now? It's so peaceful. It's pretty good being bang in the centre of town on a busy sort of weekday as well. Of course you've got the noisy cars in the distance. It's just another view of the rock from the western side. It's quite steep. I suppose this is another way you could get up. It's very steep. having a walk through here, mind the log. So now we'll head down the original dirt path that was to bring us out to North Road. Down here we take this way down, the only thing you got to watch for at the moment, maybe through the summer as well, are the mosquitoes. I've just been bitten a few times, very annoying. Okay, so we take a right here, okay, and in the distance there's a metal gate, and that's the junction of Tassel Street and North Road, which I'll show you. Go around the gate, which brings you out onto the road here, okay. There's the sign, North Road and Tassel Street. So North Road goes all the way down the hill through several roundabouts and eventually brings you out at the main roundabout on the Albany highway. If you're coming here from Perth, it's quite easy to get to, so it's well worth a visit. Yep. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share this video, and I just want to build up this channel and create a lot more content of different places, different trips. I've got heaps of clips I need to edit, so thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now.